would anybody like to do a quick recap from the last time? I know it's been a while. Any hit the high points of the previous sessions?
Get out of creepy basement.
Let's see. We walked into the forest. We got trapped in some leaves. We fought some leaf creatures. I think you called them blights. Moved down the hill. Visited a little cabin in which was a hag. Talked to the hag, negotiated with the hag, fought the hag, negotiated with the hag, took a quest from the hag.
Annoyed the hag the whole time.
Annoyed the hag the whole time. Went to kill the creature that she wanted killed, which was a corpse flower. It got one shot with a crit from a scorching ray. Yeah. And then we went back to the hag. I think was that. Did I miss anything?
Nope. That all sounds about right. There was the executioner's hoods, but they only ended up with
yes.
One of them becoming attached, so it wasn't particularly eventful there. All right, yeah, and then the hag gave you a glass container with floating eyeballs, and the eyeballs led you to a secret passage, which then led you to
Right.
drop down into this cavern of sorts, this cave system, if you will. Alrighty.
Oh, yes.
Yes. I guess to remind of the original guild quest, which was to find out where this strange new silk was coming from. And it seems you have located the location that's possibly coming from. It was in the Whispering Woods, and you have ran into a couple ettercaps. So that's the assumption it's coming from, that this is an ettercap layer of some kind. All right.
How tall are the ceilings in here?
Yes. So probably the tunnels portions are between like 10 and 15 feet. When the caverns get bigger, the ceiling definitely is like increases at like the same speed as like the size of the caverns. So if the caverns are, 10 or 20 feet wider or longer, then the ceiling's 10 or 20 feet taller. But on average, the regular like hallways and stuff are 10 to 15.
Gotcha. Okay, perfect.
All right, you guys are welcome to move about. So the floor is made of this patterned stone that has been crushed underfoot. There's sections of the walls where you can see like mud has been pressed into this what was once, a solid rock structure. There's stalagmites that go from, and columns that go from like floor to ceiling, and stalactites from ceiling to floor in locations. You'll also make note that there's this bluish fungus that grows in many places, on the walls, on the floors, sometimes on the ceilings, and it all gives off this very dim light blue light. It's bioluminescent a little bit.
Oh, I see.
Cool.
You took some rocks. You covered them in bioluminescent fungi. Is it a
Yeah.
version?
Yes, there's also various holes and undefined burrowing paths, if you will. That there's two in the corner of this starting room, and then there's various others throughout the cave system.
So can I have my pixie familiar tucked down there invisibly and look around?
Sure. Yeah, it'll get dark very quick. And if I remember, the pixie doesn't have dark vision, or it does?
It does not.
It does not. It'll get dark very quick, but even like trying to feel itself along, it will eventually. The tunnel gets like tighter and tighter and tighter, and it swerves. It like bends around and goes this direction. But at some point, the pixie will actually run into like a physical wall of dirt, like really loose dirt that's kind of been, shoved behind the creature potentially that was burrowing through it.
Okay.
It went.
Uh,
It didn't. Maybe it went 20 or 30 feet before it closed off.
all
With
right.
with a
Well,
bunch of effort, it could be dug through because the dirt is loose, but it would take a bunch of effort.
Well, yeah. None of us are strength characters, and I don't think anybody brought digging equipment, so I'll let everybody know what the situation is there.
You'll also make note that there is many web strands here as well. It's not like suffocating the roof like it was previously in parts of the forest, but there are, patches and bits and pieces of it all over the place.
I can create shovels if you want shovels. Or I imagine I could create shovels if our DM would let us.
Yep,
Oh no, it is. I see it.
Yep, I would
It's in
not.
there.
Oh, there it is. Yep. Yeah. If you would like to go excavating, that is an option. Otherwise, the path continues to your north. If you moved just slightly forward, you see the path used to curve towards the left, but it is shoved full of stone and dirt and what appears to be the corpses of a bunch of ettercaps as well as other creatures that have plugged the route to the left.
Well, I think probably digging is, I'm not going to say a waste of time, but it's maybe not the most direct route to our goal. So I'm just going to have the pixie explore forward, looking out for webs, of course. He'd be particularly vulnerable to those. Although there's no light source attached to the pixie, so it can't take advantage of the bioluminescence.
Yes. So as it's moved, let me see. Oh, so does it have vision at all?
I don't know.
'Cause I'm not seeing. Maybe it just doesn't see the light. I think it does have vision attached to it. Maybe I don't have vision turned on for it. Oh, I do. Okay. I guess you just can't see it yet. Well, as the pixie would move up the hallway a little bit, you'd be able to see the tunnel turns to the right, and just if you were to go to just to the corner, you'd be able to see a couple of patches of the blue bioluminescent light to your right.
Ah, yes.
Nothing immediately threatening appears on your radar, but continuing the pixie forward, you'll notice
Yes.
there is a kind of a fountain of water that's kind of dripping out of the walls and coalescing into a pool on your northern edge. To your south, a tunnel continues, and you can see a large patch of blue light coming from that direction. To your north, it just gets pitch black. Let me, can we have the pixie pause there for a second? Do we have? No, we don't. Okay. All right. Yep. The pixie has found a large patch of this fungus. Can you have the pixie make me a investigation check? The rest of the group is welcome to continue moving forward until however point. Okay. The pixie's able to tell that these mushrooms look like, at least at one point in the past, they were groomed in some way. Like they've been worked into shape, and they've kind of been prevented from spreading beyond this pit that it is currently, that the mushrooms are all currently coalesced in.
All right.
As the rest of the group has moved forward, Norzen, well, all of the people with dark vision, will have seen a pitch black tunnel that extends to your north, as well as the path the pixie took to the south.
And then there's this tunnel as well, which I assume, I don't know where that goes. Oh, that's just connected to this. No, it's not. That's to the same room. So the pitch black tunnel, is it like magical darkness, or is it?
No, it isn't. But now that Norzen's moved up to the edge, because Norzen has 120-foot dark vision, Norzen, looking down into this pit, you can just barely make out the floor of this about 120-foot deep pit. The walls look really steep, although with a bunch of handholds if people really wanted to climb it. And you know, the floor of this pit doesn't look like it was carved out or, you know, hand, you know, pickaxed or anything like that. This looks like this is possibly a recent tremor creation of some sort, like maybe an earthquake or something like that forced this crevice, this crevasse to form in this cave system.
Yeah, that's it's funny because I was just about to ask how deep it was too. I will relay. Hey guys, that's really far down. You should not go that way.
No jump. Got it.
Do not jump.
The pixie goes down that little dog leg and is able to see another one of those dugout tunnels into the wall that extends a little ways and then again is plugged up by dirt and debris.
So would we like to send the portion of our party that can fly over the crevasse, or would we like to go check out the southern mushroom zone, or would we like to go through this tunnel here, to the other southern tunnel?
I'm actually up for either one. I think it. Well, so who all can fly? Is it just? It's just the pixie and Norzen, or who else?
I thought Nima could fly also.
Nima is also part of Northern.
Yeah, Nima is part of Norzen, but she's actually not really here yet.
Oh,
Yes,
then yes, it would be Pixie
And
Norsen.
Norzen is small. What is your listed carry capacity?
Let me see. That's just going to be under features and traits, right?
Should be. If it there's an argument to be made if you took a while that Norzen would be able to safely transport people. It would probably take a good bit, an hour or so, or something like that.
The Pixie can lift. What do you? How much can you lift with a strength of 3?
Your body
And then
weight,
isn't it like it's like
plus
halved,
2 pounds
halved, and then halved again for being
for being
a
tiny.
tiny creature?
Yeah, it doesn't actually tell me.
Okay. I think the argument could be made that if you could like feather fall kind of people to the floor of the crevasse, if you wanted to, but people would probably have to climb up the other side.
Does anybody have rope and pythons?
Ooh.
I can make him.
Oh, that's true. At least the rope. Does anybody already have any of those items? Not to overload the Tinker's magic.
I don't think he trusts my magic.
Well, it says you can create 1 item. I suppose there's nothing to stop you. Oh wait.
I also have rope in my backpack.
Okay. I missed the part at the bottom where it said you can use it repeatedly. So, if you created some pythons and we use that rope, then we could secure a way across the walls. On the other hand, these are spider creatures. I sent the pixie up a little bit, but I couldn't see any light, so not sure.
All
Not
right.
sure if we want to attempt that one just yet.
So as you guys are kind of, looking around and that sort of thing, Norzen, your passive perception. So as you had passed this like dark area here in the wall, which was like a start of a tunnel where there was there's loose dirt. You'd notice the foot of a skeleton sticking out of it.
Hey, Davros.
Initiative will happen here shortly, but not quite yet.
What's up?
I dare you to pull on the foot.
I pulled its finger, but it's toe.
Yeah, so you pull this practically fully formed human-sized skeleton out of the loose dirt, and it's wearing just all of its skin and tendons and muscle and all of its sinew and everything is gone. So this is a full skeleton, but on the skeleton is a pristine. That is not what I wanted to paste. Let me do this. Nope. Okay. I guess I will paste this in the Discord. Under Thursday, I suppose. Nope, that's still not pasting right. Okay. I will go get the file picture.
While
There.
he's doing that, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to ask, can somebody remind me how to turn the dice off on D&D Beyond?
That's just in your computer.
I don't
There is
actually
no
know.
dice in D&D Beyond.
Oh, no, what I mean is like it rolls the dice across your screen. Yeah.
Oh, the physical, yeah.
Um,
I think there's a My Dice page where you can disable it.
I just couldn't find it. It's okay.
Okay, this is not. I don't know why it won't let me copy it.
Here we go.
I guess I can just do this. This thing. Yes. So this leather-based armor with like a scale covering over it, with a purple sash that kind of has these spider emblems and webs, like symbols on it, is covering. It's loosely covering his skeletal chest, and skeletal hips. It's a light armor.
What humanoid type is this skeleton?
He's that's slightly larger than average, but he's a regular human size.
So either Grundle or Marcham can wear it.
Potentially, without trying it on, you wouldn't know if it would have any sort of like resizing effects. In addition to that, gripped in one of his hands is this rapier, also seemingly in pristine condition.
Eddie.
Anybody need this useless thing?
I don't know who actually has martial weapons. Just Grundle, probably.
Is that thing two-handed?
No, it's one.
It's one-handed.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
The bard has just been promoted to
I
frontline
would say-
combatant.
I would say I couldn't this fight. It's a sword, I can't remember.
Remember, it only hurts to pick it up if it's cursed.
Only hurts to pick it up if it's cursed.
I pick it up and I throw it to
It's like
Grundle.
50-50, right? It's either cursed or it's not.
Correct.
I picked it up and I threw it to Grundle. It's in the air.
It's in the air. You try and
Coming
catch
to
me.
you.
Hey,
There you go.
All right. Catching the Bane of Arthropods rapier. This is a +1 rapier that has the additional effects. It has the additional effects of that. It has the Slayer feature. So when you hit an arthropod with this weapon, including like spiders and arachnids and crustaceans, as well as ettercaps, it does an additional 2d6 of the weapon damage to the creatures, and then it
Dang.
also it's just like it's the Slayer effect of weapons just for arthropod creatures, and then it also has the stagger effect. So when you hit a multi-legged creature, they have to make a con save, or their speed is reduced to 0 until the end of its next turn. And then you also have an advantage on traversing webbed surfaces. So it's especially effective in the spider dungeon.
I have an idea.
Doesn't seem like it was very effective for this guy.
No.
Apparently not. Try to give it to the pixie, see if it resizes itself.
I think the pixie would have to get tuned to it or whatever, right? Or does it take attunement?
It does not require it to.
All right, then. Fair enough.
Would Grundle like to keep this rapier? So as you've caught it in your hand, maybe you swish it around a little bit. There's a beetle kind of etched into the hilt, and as you grip the handle, the beetle kind of comes it's a metal beetle, but it comes to life and it kind of wriggles around your hand, and it leaves these spindles, like spindles of silk, behind it, and they kind of wrap around your wrist, and it is indeed partially cursed. So you are not willing to release it from your grasp now that you have gripped the handle.
So what I'm seeing here is some kind of interesting silk now wrapped around my hand. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, sorry, little pixie. I don't think I can let go.
Unfortunate. I guess the DM doesn't want the invisible pixie to be making advantage attacks for sneak attack damage every time. Does the Venom Bane armor resize to fit the pixie? Just out of curiosity.
You removed it from. I'd be inclined to say no. It will not shrink to tiny size. No.
All right. Well, who wants it?
What does it do again?
I guess we don't actually know. I
Oh.
just said Venom Bane armor on the picture. Presumably, it like gives you advantage on saves against poison or something like that.
Yes, it has not. Other than the name showing up on the picture, it has not revealed what it does.
And I do not have identify.
What type of armor is it?
Light. It's probably a studded leather.
I'll pass on.
Well, nobody is
I'll hit.
required to take it. That's for sure. But
I've got normal studded leather armor, so may as
Oh, you
well
can
take a
use
little
it.
upgrade here.
the bard has got a double upgrade.
So I'll
Means-
put it on.
So if you watching shows and everything, you know the person that gets all the stuff is the next person that's gonna die. Are we like getting his backstory right now too? And we're like really,
He's 2
really
weeks from
starting.
retirement.
Yeah, we're really starting
You know
to
what?
like this
How
character.
about this? How about this? I'm about to tell you all that I wrote you a special song just for our group.
Ah,
It's always the worst time of me.
All right. Let me add this rapier to your equipment, and then I need to edit it. Nope, that's not right. So this would be. Should be that it's a +1, so that's a 3. Nope, it's +5. Okay, and then it has an additional. Okay, we'll just have to remember that it has an additional 2d6, which is fine. Yeah. So you slip this. You kind of have to finagle the rapier through like the armholes. You slip this venom bane armor on, and you feel an additional effect from the armor itself. So while wearing this armor, it's kind of like tingly to the touch. It almost like makes your fingertips numb while you're putting it on. But the effect is that whenever you take poison damage, you can use a reaction to reduce the damage by 1d8 plus your Constitution modifier. And it also prevents entrapment from webs. The webbed effect no longer affects you.
Nice.
Between the two of them together, sort of. Let's see. Wait, what does the first one say about webs? It says.
Can traverse web areas more easily.
I guess it does. Oop! I
Alright.
see a spider.
Yeah, as Grondel is slipping this armor on, a out of the ethereal plane, a phase spider jumps at you and is going to make a grapple attack. Okay, it's gonna completely fail, and we're gonna roll into initiative. So this is it completely whiffed. So it's going to be visible for a turn. Who do I need in initiative still? I have.
So just to double check, it's going to be, what did I do? A D20 plus my initiative thing.
Correct. Plus your initiative
Okay.
modifier, which is +3.
Are we doing plus a D4 or did we not do that this time? Or how's that? Oh, is that
Yes.
for
The plus D4 should still be active. Yes.
okay. $16 altogether?
All right. Okay, Davros. This phase spider has just phased into existence. Attempted to snatch Grondel, but missed horribly.
Kill it with fire.
It's kind of, you can see venom dripping from its fangs as it hisses in disappointment at itself. 16 will hit. And for 17 radiant damage.
And the next attack on it has advantage.
Yes. There's a big chunk of its HP.
That's my turn.
Alrighty. Marcham.
I will move a little bit over and zap at it with an Eldritch Blast for 10.
Yes. The blasters are blasting away. The 1-2 punch. Yep. That was with use the advantage on that. Yep.
Yep.
All right. Grondel, this phase, this kind of glowing, almost see-through spider, large spider has leaped from the like rift, like tore a hole in space. It lunged at you immediately to get blasted by two of your compatriots in the face, and it's looking fairly weak for wear.
All right. Well, it's already right in my face, so I'm gonna kind of shake the sword a little bit in the sort of making sure it's not coming off fashion. Well, if you can't get rid of it, may as well try and use it. And I'm gonna lunge straight forward.
Yes, roll away. This is a +5 to hit. Oh,
I
the
did not do that. Yeah.
D20, not the D8. Whoops.
This one.
There we go. That'll hit. All right, and then I need to make a con save, which it will succeed. Roll me 2d6 additional. Is it really making? Oh, no, okay. It's the 2, so it succeeds the con save, so it doesn't lose its speed, but it does still take the damage. So that is, and then the D8 for the weapon damage, which you already rolled. Okay.
Yeah.
That's 8 plus 6 for a total of enough to kill it.
Also, is +1 weapon, but
Yes. Yep. He only has a +2 index.
oh wow, okay.
Yeah. So Grundle, this spider kind of pops into existence, gets blasted in its many-eyed, fanged face twice, and then you skewer it, and the thing collapses onto the stone floor, dead. It kind of flips over on its back and shrivels up like spiders do.
Weird question. Can I ask how big the largest section of the spider's legs are? Like, would I be able to pull the legs off, snap the smaller parts, and make arrows out of the long parts?
You could theoretically, but you would not have any. You wouldn't have time to make the anything effective down here in the caves.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Does it have anything? If I split open its large abdomen, is there anything inside other than spider guts?
Just for the most part, just spider guts. Yeah, it's it doesn't. You could split open its guts, but it doesn't appear to have eaten anything of like. For the most part, they dissolve their prey before they suck them up, so there isn't any like any hard stuff or anything in its stomach or it's in its innards. But same as the outside of the spider, much of its internals are kind of translucent and mildly see-through.
So I'd be able to see if there was anything, probably.
Yes. Yep. All right. What would the group like to do?
Well, we're basically facing the same choice as before. We can go north
Let's just
over
go this
the
way.
chasm, or south. Yeah.
All right. Well, Davros, more like you guys.
Yes, the pathway continues around this what used to be well-groomed fungus. As there's this big of a group of the fungus together, there's kind of this like squishing and almost like a sing-songy noise that comes from it. Like they're all like the mushrooms are, the fungus is communicating with each other, passing notes, and they're all moving slightly as they rub against each other and make a almost music. Wouldn't quite call it music, but it's almost music.
Hey Davros, I dare you to jump in there.
I did the last area. You're up for this one.
So there seems to be another tunnel
Yes.
entrance down here.
Yep, to the to your east or to your west, sorry. But much like the others, it is well full of loosely packed dirt.
Hey, hey, super long vision, Mr. Mrs. Nima, whatever. How far down are these mushrooms things? And do you think they're traversable at all?
You could make a nature check, Grundle. You have a +0 to your nature check.
Okay. So just roll a d20 then, right?
Yep.
Oh, brother, here we go. I already got my good roll. Oh, it's not bad.
All right. Yeah. So you kind of get down on one knee and kind of examine this fungus, this mushroom that's all coalesced and kind of writhing together and making this almost musical noise. It doesn't look particularly sturdy to walk on. You'd also catch you'd catch glimpses of spores transitioning between, moving between the mushrooms themselves, and typically you don't want to collect many spores in your lungs.
Avoid the bioluminescence.
Yes, so they don't look traversable, and they're kind of emitting these spores that probably aren't healthy for you. All right.
I'm gonna take a peek in here real quick.
Sure. Yeah. It's loosely packed dirt. This one's got probably some spilled out towards you, like in your direction, like something traversed through this and exited on this side.
It was a spider.
I don't like
That
those.
seems like a
I'm
good
gonna.
guess.
I'm just gonna try to.
All right.
What are those things?
Yes. Davros has come to a kind of like an underground pond of sorts. The ceiling, you notice, is very porous here. There's lots of cracks, different, a bunch of holes, and every so often the ceiling drips and water splashes down into this pool below you. You're also able to see that the surface and the underside of this pond kind of is always shifting and moving. If you look really close, you're able to see a multitude of long, thin, cylindrical white creatures kind of swimming. They've almost crowded this pond to its absolute max.
Are they sperm-like?
Sperm-like?
Yes.
I suppose a little bit, but more like eel-like.
Does anybody have a lightning bolt?
Well, I think if you didn't have one, you might get one here soon.
As you are standing there, one of the holes in the ceiling, it's dripping. A sudden surge of water releases from it, and you can see a small spiny crab fall through the ceiling and splash into the pond. The whole pond erupts in electricity as the eels kind of thrash about, and the crab immediately gets stun locked into place and gets consumed by one of the eels.
Oh. This is.
I don't really have it.
Well, let's not fall in.
There doesn't appear to be a walkway around the edge. The walls could probably be climbed. It would require some sort of check to do so. But
Guys, I can ritually cast this. We got this.
Oh, purify food injury. I'm not sure that would. You are welcome to use it.
Teasing.
Unless you want to cast it on yourself before jumping in, I'm not sure what effect that's going to have on the scenario.
Just trying to look at what I got in my rest drawer. Oh wait, let's see. We can teleport to Nima, I think. I mean, teleport to Norsen. I remember, right?
Well, so I can only
Or I
go
can.
15 feet. I can carry people with Nima 15 feet, but that's it.
I can teleport 30 feet as long as you get across. I can teleport to you. Oh, and I can. Let's see. And then we can also put some pittance in and there's some pittons over here, and just do a rope bridge thing over.
Well, between Norzen, Nima, the Pixie, and my mage hand, how much could we carry?
Not quite one of the characters.
um,
there
I
any-
will attempt to. So, is the ceiling in this room any different than the other rooms as you had previously described?
So it's a little bit higher. So it's maybe it's 15 feet. The water probably sinks another, well, it's pretty clear. Probably another 5 to 10 feet below the edge of the path. It is, about full to the brim with water, as well as like these writhing eels are practically everywhere.
Have I seen any pop any significant distance out of the water as I'm observing them at the
No,
edge?
that's a good question. They all, you could make a nature check, but they all seem to be staying below the surface.
I fly across.
You fly across. Roll me a D100.
D100. Oh God.
50 on the dot. So
Dang.
as you're flying across, one of the little holes, one of the cracks above you releases a spurt of water, and one of these little spiny crabs lands on your shoulder as you cross. It like grabs a hold of some of your feathers, and with its pincher claws, and it rides you all the way across to the dry land. It's kind of hanging off your shoulder, flopping around. It's a tiny crab.
I smack it.
I teleport over to Nima when Norzen when he gets over there.
All right. Norzen, you will take 1 piercing damage from slapping it. But
Dang it.
you will manage to crush it under your hand, but you will take 1 piercing damage.
I wince as I yell, "Success!"
So are there like webs on the walls and ceiling at all?
So in here, it's pretty clear of webs. It's the only section so far where there haven't been much in the way of webs. There are 2 patches of the fungus growing, one in the northeast corner, one in the southwest corner, but there doesn't appear to. There's no webs that crisscross it. Somebody was talking about making a tightrope of some kind.
I suggest roping several of the eels together and then trying to water surf across with them.
I don't really trust any non-sure method of crossing the eel pool. Does anybody have any poison?
Hey, Norzen, I dare you to grab an eel.
How big are the eels?
They vary in length, probably between 3 feet and the largest one at like 10 feet.
Okay.
What about the earth?
What do you mean? What about Earth?
Oh, sorry, I said girth. Like how big around are they?
They're between a couple inches and I don't know, 5 or 6 inches.
Pretty big. Pretty big.
What happens if I try to shoot one with Eldritch Blast?
Yeah, you blast away at one of them, and you impact, and they're not particularly hard to hit, and kill one of them. It kind of goes belly up, and immediately following that, the whole surface is electrified again, and you could see a bunch of the eels kind of rip the one to shreds that died. And
Yeah.
the water is pretty messed up and rapid movement for a minute or so, and then they've all cleaned up and they all return to calm.
That's probably not an effective method of. We'll be here all day if I try that.
Yes, there does appear to be hundreds of eels in this pond.
All right, so either we try to tightrope across, and inevitably fall in, or we try to find another way across or another way around.
Has nobody's made a perception check here, right?
Correct.
Would someone like to make a perception check?
You know what? I've got some decent perception. I'm okay. I have +4. I mean, that's not terrible. I'm one of the people still struggling to get across. Let's see if I can't figure something out here.
All right,
I'll roll.
roll me a perception check. Hey, a perfect perception check. So Grondel takes, in this minute, Marcham's blasts one of the eels, and Grondel's just observing the area. You can see on, the 5 or 10 feet down in the water, you can see there are still crabs that are alive, that are kind of, just scuttling along the bottoms, up the sides of the walls, and they're not being assaulted by these eels. Like, this is the same crab that, that's fallen out of the ceiling. These ones are just not being attacked for some reason.
I have an idea.
Let's hear it.
All right. So, Marcham, right? I need you to toss or throw something into the northernmost part of the pond
I
to
pick
attract.
Grundle up.
No. Hold on. Wait. To attract the eels, right? Get them to use their electricity. And then once they start to calm down while they're not over in our area, we dive under where they can't see and swim across.
All right. You first. I shoot one of the eels in the location that he indicated.
All right. You blast another eel. It goes belly up. The surface electrifies. The electricity kind of licking up the walls, and little lightning bolts zapping between all of the eels. After another minute or so, the electricity dies down a little bit. You would say that with so many eels, it's kind of hard to tell. They haven't all left your direct path, but there's more on the northern half than the southern half.
So it kind of worked. But I
Do it again.
not sure I'm exactly electric resistant either, so maybe I'm gonna try and find something a little more foolproof.
Do you have a swim speed? No, you don't. Okay.
I was just about to propose that Davros throw his rope across, and they can pull us as we swim.
Mm-hmm.
I throw. Well, I'm going to secure my rope to here, and then I will throw it, but I won't touch it after that, so I don't get electrocuted.
Yeah. You kind of your coil of rope, swing it around and like centripetal force style, and fling it forward. And luckily, they're fairly heavy, heavy duty ropes. So it will fling all the way across the cavern. And as the rope kind of splashes onto the surface of the water, there isn't any active electricity firing.
All right, I'm gonna grab it up, wrap my tail around it, and with the hand that's got the rapier that's not letting go, I'm gonna stick the sword into the ground, and I'm gonna pull the rope tight, and I'm gonna tell Marcham to walk across. That way, only one of us has got to swim through this water.
How heavy is Marcham? Roughly.
Well, I never filled that section of his information in. But he's a half elf, which puts him on the smaller and slighter side. And of course he's not a fighter type. So let's say he's around 140.
Okay. Yeah, if you're willing to attempt to tightrope walk this, then we will need an acrobatics check from you and a strength check from Grondel.
Okay,
athletics
I
check.
will shoot another eel, just to get them to discharge their electricity again before I try it.
Yep. You blast away. The surface electrifies and calms.
All right. Is there like bless or whatever? Or
Does anyone have bless? I don't believe so.
the whatever or the 1d4 was that just for
Guidance.
initiative?
Guidance.
Yeah, guidance.
Yeah, I do not have that one.
Okay.
Nope.
But
neither,
maybe
sorry.
Northern does. No,
Mm-mm.
he's a worthless druid.
I am.
All right. Well, here we go.
Ooh,
Hey,
excellent
I didn't
acrobatics. Can I get an athletics check from Grondel? You have a +1.
That's just D20.
Yep. 15. All right. Grondel kind of, leans back on the rapier. It flexes quite a bit as it's digging into the ground. You're attempting to hold this rope back as Marcham expertly leaps onto the rope, and it manages to cross the entire way across above the water.
Excellent. Thank you, Grundle. Davros.
And then there was Grondel.
And then there was Grondel. All right. So, I guess the plan's going to be pretty much the same, right? I'm going to have or hope for Marcham to shoot an eel, stop the electricity a little bit. At this point, I'm, pulling my rapier out and getting ready to just hold on to the rope. But I'm also going to, because they're going to be pulling on it, this is going to use their strength as well, right?
Yep, they'll have because there's a couple of them. They'll have advantage on it. If there's a check involved, there might not be a check involved. Depends.
Okay. Well, in that case, yeah, I'm gonna kind of pull back as far as I can on to the rope to get it tight, and then I'm going to run onto the left side of the wall here, kind of like this way, and then jump towards them as far as I can to get as much of the distance boost as possible.
Yeah, so you're looking for speed, is what you're looking for. Got it.
Yeah.
Your jump distance is just the standard strength plus 0. What is the running lawn jump? Is that your strength score? I think it
Believe so.
is. Okay. So you'll get 10 feet off of the wall. You'll kind of do like this push off with your feet as you launch yourself over the water. Presumably Marcham is going to attempt to activate the electricity.
Yeah.
All right. You blast away. You guys all grip the rope as Grondel kind of takes a couple steps back to get a running start. The electricity will dissipate off the surface. Grondel will launch himself off the wall, and the three of you, or however many of you, are pulling on this rope. How are you? Are you like just running up the hallway with the rope, or are you going like hand over hand dragging him?
I would have just been hand over hand.
All right. Yeah. So you guys begin to drag. So Grondel, like his body impacts the surface of the water. He goes completely under. No electricity immediately. You begin to drag him hand over hand about as fast as you can. Grondel will get to just about the edge before the electricity will spark again. I need a con save from Grondel. That's a D20 plus 1 for you. 13. 13 will make it. So you will take half of 11 lightning damage. So that's you will take 5 lightning damage. I typed 54. As you are dragged the rest of the way up out of the electricity and onto the dry ground.
Just a little joke to get me back into the awake state, I suppose.
Yeah, it's just a little jolt. All right, you've all crossed the electric eel pond.
All right. Well, shall we?
We shall.
Onward and upward. The pixie will have seen the exit of that chasm. And continuing to move north, a pathway will open off to the right. As you've all moved a little bit further north, you hear two distinct voices, kind of calling out, almost in like hushed tones. Anyone who recognizes some languages would hear it would be said in first this phrase is said in Undercommon, then followed by Goblin, and then Draconic, and then finally Common. So this phrase is repeated in 4 different languages. Presumably,
I speak Goblin and Draconic.
okay, you would recognize.
And I've undercome.
All right, so between you, you'd be able to confer and recognize that it's the same thing being repeated over and over again. Help us! We're trapped! Help us! We're trapped!
Does it sound super muffled?
That sounds like a trap.
Does it sound super muffled? Yeah, it's fairly muffled from where you guys are at. It's bouncing off some walls before it gets to your ears. Gables, an insight. It is odd to you that it's that's being repeated in multiple languages and kind of in a rhythmic pattern.
Yeah. I
I
think
would
that's
like
a
to
trap.
point out
Yeah.
Not only is it multiple languages, but not one of those languages can someone in this party not understand.
That's true. Yes. That was unintentional, but it's true.
Unintentional, says the man behind it all. No.
Yeah. So the pixie would see a tunnel going towards the right hand side as it went north.
Is that where the voices are coming from?
As you get level with it, it does appear that the voices are coming. They're ricocheting off the wall, and emanating from that direction.
I'm going this way.
Okay, let me double check something here. Okay. Yep. As you've kind of some of you pass by this tunnel, the voices change. Don't leave us. Come back.
And how would they even know we're not even coming to rescue them? Let's go.
Right. Adios, we say. Sayonara.
Can I get a wisdom save from Norson as he's crossed a boundary here?
Wisdom save?
Yeah, wisdom save from Norson. Okay, you're good. The voices for a second are they feel very very tempting. You kind of stutter step like you're gonna turn around, but based off of Davros's previous experience in voices coming from the dark, you decide not to go back.
So
It's like they were beckoning you.
I summon Nima in the room wherever they are, and then dismiss her. Just kidding.
Continuing north. All right. So as you move forward, you hear, yes, there are some ettercaps up here. You can hear the scuttling and click, click, clacketing communication between these ettercaps. They haven't immediately noticed you. You will have noticed them first. So.
That's good since I rolled so low.
all right. Well, how big
So
is
was
this
everybody
cliff
else.
here?
That cliff is it's probably about a 30-foot from here. Yeah, about 30 feet down.
All right. Are the other caps down below, or are they like on the walls, or?
They are down below. Let's see. Pixie's up first. Who are we missing? We're missing.
I'm at 11. I need.
Yes, 11. Okay. Add 11. Here we go. Pixie has a separate turn from Marcham, correct? Yes.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. The pixies, scouting up ahead and will have noticed these ettercaps first. And the ettercaps kind of were like picking and pruning the fungus. Like they're caring for it, kind of, sort of. And this, if you compared these patches to the previous big patch you saw, these ones are much more curated. They look pruned. I think that's the word. They look pruned and cared for. There's very few like blemishes. There's no like rotting portions or anything like that. So these ettercaps appear to be grooming or caring for these plants. You'll also notice that there is the light reveals that about another 30-foot ledge to your north that goes west, and then a pathway kind of that follows a little bit of a walkway that goes southwest.
All right. Well, I will tell everybody about the layout, and like in a whisper. And I think if we rush them, we can catch them by surprise. But we're going to be a little bit clustered together up at the top of the cliff for those that can't fly.
All right. Well, you go immediately after your pixie. So you are welcome to take your turn.
All right. Well, I'm going to attempt to move quietly because I can't get within line of sight anyway. So I will get that far.
Yeah, you can hear the chittering as the ettercaps communicate back and forth in their own language, and kind of like their mandibles tapping off of each other.
Yep, that's it for me.
You would from there. You still wouldn't have any line of sight other than the pixie itself on any of them, just because they're so far down removed, and this one is hiding behind or not hiding. There's a raised portion in the center of the room that goes to about the same height as the section you're on. Davros.
Are we going YOLO or are we trying to sneak? What are we doing?
I'm just trying to sneak until we're ready to go loud. That's all.
Okay. So I'll do it still.
Yeah. Your steps are muted.
Up to the edge, and I guess I'll just be right here. And I will wait until we're all in position, I guess.
All right. Grundle. Davros, you make the same observation that the pixies made, that these ettercaps are very focused on preening or cleaning or taking care of these plants, these mushrooms. Grundle, your turn.
So, since you said that they've both relayed that they seem pretty focused, so I'm not gonna like tread super carefully, but I'm just gonna walk that route.
All right. You're gonna while he's kind of crouched sneaking, you kind of just trot up next to him at full height. Yeah, peeking over the edge, you're able to catch a glimpse of two of the ettercaps, one which is significantly smaller than the other. All right. Any action from you, or just the movement?
Um, can I just kind of like further observe the one that's, closer to my right and see if it's like what exactly it's doing to tend to the.
Yeah, sure. This could be another perception check.
Oh,
Ooh.
thank you.
Yeah. You see these creatures and you think they're like trying to torture these fungus. Like it it's like carving out pieces of the mushrooms and you like wince like the mushrooms feeling the pain or something like that.
There's a wizard in a far off land that's wincing as well.
All right. Our ettercaps. So two of the two closer ones will glance up at the footfalls of Grondel, and noticing him, the larger one will, he'll stop what he's doing, kind of brace all on all fours, and then he's going to uh, dash into the loose dirt hole in the wall and burrow away out of sight while making, calling chittering noises to his compatriots. He will have disappeared into the wall. Following that, the smaller one will do the same in a different hole. And the third one off in the distance will, you have not seen him, but you can hear him, and the noises he was making stop, but you're not exactly sure what happened to him. Norzen.
Check it out, guys. They're running away from us already.
Does appear to be that way.
I stop here and ready a attack. See, I shall ready a sword whip for any hostile enemy that
Got it.
rears its ugly head.
Sounds good. Back to the pixie.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have it fly up a little farther. I guess I'll have it go down the way over here. So this seems like it must be the chasm from before. So
The pixie would recognize it as an additional. This is a new chasm.
is it? Okay.
Yes. The old one's down here.
All right. Well, I don't know. There's not much of the pixie can do. Moves around a little bit, and then that's it. Let's see, Marcham. It's not a very athletic individual. But
There is
he
there
will.
is a slight walkway here. The stone extends a little bit beyond what's visible on the map.
All right. Well, if it's possible, then he'll move over here.
Yeah, he
And
can just
then
cross over.
I see what you mean about the chasm. So I will ready a Eldritch Blast and end my turn.
All right, Davros.
Is there another like walkway along here too?
that one would require a check of some kind. It doesn't. It's not like a clear path. You'd have to climb on the wall a little bit.
Okay, I'll just ready a firebolt for hostiles.
All right, Grondel.
Well,
There are no currently
would you
visible ettercaps.
would you say that there's a clear enough path for me to, since I'm not like slowed down by it or at all or anything like that, start just traveling across these webs here?
Yeah, you could traverse that webs. It's a fairly thick patch of webs, and with your immunity to the stickiness of them, you'd be able to travel across them. Yeah, I'd go with that.
And then I've got 10 more feet. How far down is it from here from the
About 30 feet.
about 30 feet? Okay. Let's see. Um, can I jump the 10 feet from the wall here and cast Featherfall after?
Yeah, you could if you'd like.
The goal here is, next round, I'm gonna try and climb the webbing here to get up onto
Got
this
it.
middle area.
Yeah. So you leap off the webbing, your cape and your tail, floating behind you as you slowly descend the floor. All right, we are going to, as the Ettercaps turns would have come up again, they have escaped into the walls and are not looking to engage you here. So initiative will end as they have vanished beyond your abilities to hit them.
I'm gonna climb up this.
Yeah. Yep. Climbing up on top of that, you can see that the path to the north goes west a bit, kind of windy.
I think this actually. Sorry.
The southwestern path kind of meanders through a two large crevasses on each side, which are both about, again, 120-ish feet deep, which Norsen would be able to see. Followed by a kind of a makeshift staircase decline into a large lit up chamber with the glow of the fungus illuminating most of the room.
The pixie going forward can definitely see Ettercaps in here.
Yes, these ones are doing much the same as the ones you previously ran into just a moment ago. They're caring for the fungus. You'll also make note that this room is much taller than the previous rooms, at about probably 50 or 60 feet in most places. There is a layering system, so this one ring is about 10 feet up, and then an additional 10-foot ring above that. The ceiling itself is completely suffocated in webbing. There isn't any rock to be seen in the ceiling just because the webs are so thick.
Can I have the pixie fly around near the ceiling webbing and see if he can spot any hiding Etter caps up there, like the one that grabbed me a couple fights ago?
Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, you can roll perception check with the pixie. Well, it doesn't catch any immediately identifiable creatures. There's definitely things up there, but it isn't able to pinpoint anything. As you guys get closer, who's in the lead currently? We'll see. Grondel is currently in the lead. So Grondel, in your head, you hear a feminine voice, kind of like a hissing whisper, like the voice is coming through, almost through like a fan. It's got like a little bit of reverb to it, and kind of a stuttery stuttery effect attached to it. Why do you intrude my home? Please go. Haven't the we are under enough stress as it is. Leave us be.
Us. Guys hear that?
Grondel was the only one who heard it because he was the closest.
All right. Think we may have just approached something's home. Maybe distressed. They sound like it's got a lot going on around here. There's ettercaps and whatnot. Like this pixie says, maybe it's not such a good idea that they're here.
All right, so we will roll into initiative one more time. Keep this organized. All right, that is a Nope, that's 11 and 9, 12.
I got it. 21.
21. You said
Yeah.
21.
6, 7.
And just Norsen.
Yep, sorry about that.
That's okay. 17. Alrighty. Cool. The pixie is currently in the cavern examining the ceiling.
All right. Well, the pixie's ability to provide further information is somewhat limited because the lighting is incomplete over the next area of interest, which is the center of the room. So I'm just gonna have it, fly quietly. I don't know, into this general area, and I don't know, see what develops.
Alrighty. Davros. Grondel, probably you mentioned that you asked everybody if they heard the voice, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No one else has heard the voice, but you have voiced that there's a voice.
I will shoot this guy or attempt to.
Yeah, fire away. That's a crit. Yeah. So this Ettercap, it's one of the reduced threat Ettercaps. It's kind of working away on this mushroom, preening and pruning and pulling various pieces off. What is the? Did you roll max damage on that? No, minimum
11
damage.
total.
Okay.
Minimum and then max.
Yeah,
Or
right.
minimum and then credit, yeah.
All right, your firebolt goes out and singes this Ettercap as it screeches in pain, and the rest of the creatures in the cavern respond in turn with some additional hissing and screeching. Davros, at this point, you will hear a voice in your head. You dare attack the surviving members of my kin?
Oh god, it's happening again! And I start hitting my head on the wall.
Trespassers, I wish to give
Get
you
out
a
of
way
my
out.
head!
Die now. Grundle. You see Davros blast one of these Ettercaps and then begin banging his head on the wall.
Is there any reason in particular you're choosing head trauma?
It's better than the alternative.
What's the alternative?
The voices. The voices.
Wait, was it like a raspy, like lady voice?
She talks to you too. I must cleanse you as well.
I'm gonna have to pass on. What did she say? If I can get that information.
Never listen to the voices. You never listen to the voices.
I think she said to bend over and touch your toes.
Hey,
guys,
Grundle, what would you like to do, Grundle?
Well,
the walls in this area are also coated in webbing too.
being as I've taken not really much information from Davros here. Parlays. All right. I guess I'm gonna just try and shoot at the same Ettercap with my crossbow.
Shoot away. That would be a +4, so a 15. Oop, I'm on the wrong layer. 15 will hit. That's a D8 plus 2. For 9 damage, which is not quite enough to take it down. But that first Ettercap that's been targeted twice is now on its last legs. Anything else from Grundle?
Just double check here. No, I think that's it.
Alrighty. On initiative count 20, the voice speaks in all of your heads. You will deal with son of my pets, and several giant spiders will join the fray. And I made this too big. No, wait, can you like pop stat blocks out? I think you can, right?
Yes, it's a little like window icon. I think it's in the top left.
Hmm.
Yeah, like two
Oh, I can-
overlapping triangles.
Oh, okay. I can double click it to shrink it, so that works for me too. This guy here. Tokens. All right. Two giant spiders kind of slither out of the webs above, and they're hanging from the ceiling. Then it is they are on this count 9, so they do not take their turns yet. Norzen.
Norzen's going to. Damn it. I am going to just hang back for the moment and try and be observant. And if anything approaches me, I guess I'll ready a. If it gets within bonking distance, I'm going to bonk it with my quarterstaff.
Alrighty. Mm-hmm. All right. The weak adder cap is going to kind of you'll see it look to the ceiling, like towards the center of the room, the webbed mess. It'll chitter chatter before rushing Grondel and making two melee attacks. A bite attack followed by a claw attack. This is the bite and the claw, which will both miss. Yeah, so it kind of walks up to you, swing and a miss, swing and a miss. It's, mandibles frothing on its face. Then these additional two will have to dash. And they will move up, kind of surrounding Grondel. All right. From the ceiling above, from the mess of webs, a bulbous mass. Oh, wrong button. This one. A bulbous mass of flesh kind of emerges from the webs. It's huge in size. Several. It has vaguely Eder cat features. This is an Eder queen. She kind of lowers herself a little bit through the webs so you can see her face and her mandibles, and she will speak to the group in the group's heads.
Stop.
My babies will feast on you, you interlopers. Leave us be. And she is going to attempt to web. She would be unaware that Grondel is immune to webs currently. So she's going to web Grondel, which does nothing. But I will draw. Let me see. Yep, it would literally do nothing. But we're gonna add a kind of a let's see. Let me draw this freehand. Like a webbed. An additional webbed surface on the ground here. As Grondel kind of shrugs it off, the Eder Queen sees the web like not stick to Grondel even remotely. What sorcery is this? And she will retreat into her webbing. Martin.
Okay, so I will move up Is she still visible?
She is not. Her despite her large bulbous size, she's retreated back into the webbing, is not currently visible.
Okay. I will hold my action to cast Phantasmal Force on her when she reappears, and the illusion will be grasping arms of stone that hold her in place and crush her,
All right.
assuming that she fails the save.
Giant foot.
An enormous fly swatter.
Yes. All right. Our spiders will scurry across the ceiling. They do not. Okay, they do. Did I close? I closed that again. I need to stop doing that. Leave it open, but just minimized. It is one of the giant spiders is close enough that it's going to. This one's gonna have to dash along the ceiling, but this one was close enough. It's going to web the rest of the crew there. Let's double check the. Oh nope, this one is a attack roll. This one's a target, so it is targeting Davros. It is a 16.
Miss.
All right. This glob of saliva and web, coalesces out of the spider's mandibles, and it spits it in your direction, and it plops on the ground next to you. Pixie.
You know what? I will have the pixie make a short bow attack from the darkness there against that nearest giant spider.
All right. You roll at advantage.
18.
18 will hit. For 1 and a con save,
A con save.
it fails.
Is the total result 5 or less?
Con. Let me double check the con. It is. The total result is 5 or less.
All right, that spider is unconscious.
All right, it will fall
For 1
from the
minute.
ceiling. Does damage wake it up?
It just says on failed save, become poisoned for 1 minute. On a result of 5 or less, unconscious for the same duration. I should probably look up the full description because sometimes when I summarize it, I leave out details that end up being important. But
I think damage does wake up unconscious.
Okay. So assuming the fall doesn't kill it, it will wake up after it hits the ground. That would be, it was 10, 20, we'll call it 30 feet. This shouldn't kill it. No, it won't kill it. It will roll very high, though. All right. The spider will fall from the webs and take 15 bludgeoning damage. So it is currently prone on the ground. And
or until it takes damage.
As it wakes up.
Yes. It is still poisoned, though.
Still poisoned. Got it. All right. Davros.
Question. Would you let me grease the ceiling? As in cast grease under this guy right here?
Like the webbing. You'd grease the webbing. Yeah, I'm down for that.
Cute.
Sidebar: is grease flammable?
Yes.
I mean, it's up to the DM, actually, yeah.
Yeah, I'm inclined to say it is. It will make it save. So the giant spider, kind of the webbing all around it gets sopping wet, and this sticky, flammable viscous liquid kind of coats all the webbing around it and starts dripping on it. You see like one of its 8 legs, like releases from the webbing, but it manages to hold its place.
And I'll pass my turn.
All right. Grondel, you are currently surrounded by webs as well as several ettercaps.
I got this one flanked for you, though.
Yes.
Personally, how does getting past enemies work? Like if I were to try and just like ignore the smaller eder cap between me and the spider and go after the spider that's taking fall damage and hit the ground.
Right. So it's difficult terrain.
You could go into this square.
That's
and
true.
This,
That's
this
true.
way.
You could go diagonally and
You're gonna
both
get
directions.
attack of opportunity from this guy, though.
Yep.
And actually this guy.
Also true.
Wait, don't the webs not affect him? So does the difficult terrain still affect him?
Like he was talking about trying to go through the enemies into like this square or something, I think.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, you can push. I think you have to like push them out of the way unless they're small.
Yeah, my idea was kind of like, because there's webbing on the wall, to go like this way and then attack from like here or something.
You could. You'd still take a opportunity attacks though. Okay, so you can move through a hostile creature's space only if it is at least 2 sizes smaller or larger. So you cannot move through the enemy spaces currently.
Okay.
But you can go diagonal. I think any way you do it, you'll end up with 2 opportunity attacks if you want to go to the spider.
Yeah. Scrap that. Can I wide swing with a melee weapon and try and get like
only if the weapon specifies it, which the rapier does not. The mace also does not.
Okay. Right. I'm going to attack. I'm going to attack the Ettercap between me and Davros, the larger one.
Yep.
With my flail.
Alrighty. Is it a +3 to hit? That 16 will hit. Roll damage. It's a D8 +1.
Does he get Slayer stuff from it too?
He wanted to use the flail, not the rapier.
Oh.
Yes, I guess I should mention that again. The rapier does it does have its additional effects on the ettercaps as well as spiders. They're included in that. So you do the bonus damage to ettercaps if you use the rapier.
Yeah,
But you're welcome to swing. You're welcome to swing the flail if you'd like.
I was trying to run for the poison strike. The creatures hit must succeed on a DC 15 Constitution saving throw to take
That's right.
2d10 poison damage and become poisoned for a minute.
Yes. Okay. Okay, so that would be, yeah, I do see that. Okay. So you would have activated the venom secretions on the weapon and made your attack, which would hit. It will succeed. It will not succeed. It will fail on the save. So yeah, you do your D8 plus 2d10 poison.
So d8 plus 1 plus 2.
That is that much. All right. Yeah. So you pull out your you now have a attached rapier in one hand that and your flail in your opposing hand. You can't use both weapons on the same turn though because you don't have dual wielding or multi attack. But you swing that flail with the poison secreting from it and take a good chunk out of that. Oh, that's why is that not working? Take a good chunk out of that Ettercap. There you go. Any movement or bonus action from Grundle? If not, Norzen is up. Alrighty. Norzen.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see here. I will. Gonna I'm gonna be flying here, so
Yep.
assuming that I'm probably like 15-ish feet off the ground, if that's okay.
Sounds good.
Okay. And do. Shit. Yeah, you know what? Due to the fact that I'm about 15 feet up, if I was to cast like Burning Hands, I know it's a 15-foot cone, but could I do that without hitting the Avros? If I was to attack the spider?
I'm a small creature.
Yeah, you're in the air above him. I think you'd be able to angle it way to not hit Davros. You would also, in doing so, you're probably only hitting the spider and not the Ettercaps, though.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yep.
Perfect. Then that is what I shall.
Well, if you wanted to do it from this point, you could probably get them all, right?
No, because I'm up.
Well, yeah, but if you're going, so 15, yeah. Because all you have to do is get it into the sky square.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's do that.
Sounds good. Burning Hands is a save.
Dex save.
Dex save.
Yeah.
All right. The one's going to auto die because he only has like 1 HP left. It is a DC 16 Dex. You know, I drew those spiderweb lines, and now I can't click on the Ettercap. Dex. We have spider fails, the Ettercap saves. So he's going to take that much. The spider will take full damage and succumb to its injuries as the flames lick over its body. And it shrivels up.
And
into the dirt.
before I do the next thing that I want to do, I just want to. So the ceiling in here is covered in web, right? And that's where this big mama is hiding.
Correct.
Okay. So then I am going to also, for my bonus action, I will.
And I can't.
I'll summon Nima,
I
and Nima's gonna come up in the grease, and I'm hoping to use that as an accelerant to because when she comes out, she releases that
Yep.
flame, if you will. So I'm trying to start the ceiling on fire as much as I can.
I love the combination. I love it. Yeah, so actually in doing that, it will burn all of the webs that the spider is holding onto. So the spider will fall as Nima spawns in and ignites it. What's the damage from that?
Let me see here.
Another big roll on fall damage.
Shit, where is her stuff? Gosh darn it. There it is. So summon wild cost. Each creature within 10 feet own. Yep, so it's going to be a DC 16 or take 2d6.
No half damage on save?
No half damage on save. I think it's a save or suck.
Okay. So the spider succeeds on the flame save, but will still fall from the ceiling as all its handholdies disappear. So it will crash to the floor below with a thud, landing on its back. Norzen, after you burning hands and killed the one Ettercap there, you will hear the same voice that everyone else has heard in their head so far. My kindred, my children, you dare slay them, you enter my home and defile my children.
Can I speak back to it in my head?
You can attempt to.
Okay. I'll just think to myself, you send them after us.
You don't get an immediate response.
Okay.
All right.
Pass my turn.
And you are still in the air? Yes?
I am, 15
Okay.
feet up.
All righty. So that means...
And Nima is probably
And 15
5 feet below the
Yeah.
ceiling.
Okay. This guy cannot... Can't target you, but he's going to make a web garrote attack against Grondel. He's going to attempt to grapple you with this. This is a 16 to hit. What is your AC?
14.
14. All right, that will hit. So you will take 5 bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled by the Ettercap. I'm going to bring these to front so I can access them easier. So you will take 5 damage, and you are grappled. Following grappling you, he will make a bite attack against you at advantage. It would be a 16 to hit, which will also hit. This will be a...
Can I use cutting words?
Sure. Which does... So you roll your Bardic Inspiration and takes that off of the attack?
It takes it off of your roll.
Off of my roll? Okay, so roll your d6.
3. Which makes it a 13, right?
Yeah, a 13 and a 13 will miss. All right, so the bite attack misses, and that will be the end of its turn. The other Ettercap, you're still grappled. The other Ettercap will make 2 attacks against you as well. This is the bite and the claw. So the bite misses, the claw will hit. For 8 slashing damage. All right, Grundle's looking pretty low, less than half. And you currently have a speed of 0 because you are grappled. All right, our Etter Queen in the ceiling will emerge from the webbing directly above this whole kind of group here. And she's going to use Paralyzing Shriek. I need everyone within a 30-foot sphere of her.
Everyone.
Yes, everyone. To make a DC 14 Constitution saving throw. Let me double check if that includes March in. Yeah, it would.
Now, I was waiting for her to emerge from my
Oh, that's right.
own
Yes.
spell.
Yes. And your reaction would happen before her shriek happens. So there's a potential that this does nothing. Give me. It was a. Is it a wisdom save for her?
It is a DC 15 intelligence save.
Intelligence save. Okay. That's gonna be a fail. What exactly are the effects there?
All right. So she perceives and the phantasm and treats it as if it were real. So that's crushing stone limbs. And takes damage from the illusion each round, dealing 1d6, provided that the creature remains within the 10-foot space affected by the illusion, which in this case, since the Etter Queen believes that she's restrained by the stone arms, she wouldn't leave the space. So, unless she were moved. So until it can use its action to examine the phantasm with an intelligence investigation check and repeat the save to end the spell. Otherwise, it is concentration for a minute.
Okay, so it requires her action to attempt to escape.
Correct.
So it isn't like at the end of every round she doesn't get a save. It's just when she decides to use an action. Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
It is psychic damage, but the target perceives the damage type as relevant to the illusion.
Got it. All right. So as she emerges from the webbing, like the webbing around her in her mind kind of morphs into stone and, grips all her legs and her, her large figure and is attempting to squeeze her. Even with that, let me see. She immediately.
The illusion that I described, I don't think would interfere with her shriek.
No, yeah, she's still gonna use the shriek. So that was a DC 14. So we got a save. Norzen failed. What is Grundle's modifier? +2?
+1 Constitution.
Oh, it's con. +1. Bum. Which means you save because it was a DC 14. So everybody Everybody except for Norzen saves. So, Norzen, you are stunned until the end of your next turn. So you essentially skip your next turn. And when you become stunned, you would fall out of the sky. You will take a d6 of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, that's what I thought. Oh,
Alright.
thank you.
Yeah, it's kind of crowded there. I delete the web.
But I still have Nema. Let's go, baby.
You do indeed. All right, and that will be her action, and she is stuck visible because she cannot retreat. Mm-hmm. All right, and then it is Marchand's turn. She
Alright.
speaks into your mind. What is this witchcraft? This wizardry? My web is turned to stone.
All right. So from where I am, do I have a clear shot at this giant spider over here? Oh wait, it's prone. So I guess that would be unwise. Um, I'll try to. Which one of these two Ettercaps is the one that's grappled Grondel? The one to the south or the damaged one?
The damaged one.
All right. I will launch a Eldritch Blast and try to finish off the damaged one.
That will hit, and not quite enough.
Ah. I wasn't sure whether I'd even. Yeah, I don't think even max damage would have killed it. And then I will. Actually, instead of backing up, it's not. It's like just dropping my character randomly. Um, I will move up in order to maybe draw some attacks away from Grondel at least, and Norzen.
All right.
That is my turn.
All right. A spider will flip itself back over. And it's going to fire a web at Davros, which it will fail miserably. the the web globule just kind of trickles out of its mouth and lands at its own feet, and then it will climb the wall and get back on the webbing in the ceiling.
It has a lot of movement.
Would it have? You're right. It wouldn't quite. It'd be on the wall. It wouldn't be quite be on the ceiling. It would still be on the wall. But it is on the wall about 20 feet up. No, right, because it had to use half its movement to recover. It is only 5 feet up the wall,
Gotcha.
and it's the pixie's turn.
All right. Well, I'm assuming that the Eder Queen has dark vision, but I'm gonna find the pixie is gonna find itself a nice dark spot, and make a short bow attack at the Eder Queen. Not clear whether that has advantage or not, but 25 hits anyway.
Yes, 25 hits. It would not have advantage. Yeah.
That's another DC 10 con save.
It would succeed. You poke and prod. You trounce your way into my home. Davros, your turn.
I'm going to fairy fire the big girl.
The deck save. So you would succeed.
Wish I had silvery barbs. That's gonna be my turn.
All right.
Would she be able to make a dex save if she believes she's restrained?
Hmm. Good question. I don't think rules as written. I think rules as written she would still make. Oh, I don't know.
Maybe make it a disadvantage.
Sure, I will roll that at disadvantage. Good idea. That is still a success.
Oh, I tried.
Now you can cutting words it, depending on how much.
Yeah.
I don't think it's quite worth it for fairy fire.
Advantage?
Grondel, your turn. You are the bulbous Eder Queen is looming above your head. You are currently grappled by one of the Eder caps, and the other Eder cap is just to yourself.
Okay. I think I'm gonna try and keep this one pretty simple. We'll attack the other cap that's holding me with the sword that's holding me.
Yes. Is that plus 5 to hit? And that's a crit. The crit on the Eder cap with 4 HP.
I
You
will Dragon Ball Trunks style super slash the other cap.
Yes, you dismantle this thing. You like take it apart piece by piece. As its
And
grip on you is released.
I will. Am I bound by anything now here?
Nope, you are free to move. If you move too
I-
far, you will be opportunity attacked, but you are free to move.
I'm actually going to the big thing's above me, right?
Yes.
I'm just going to kind of move a little bit more towards open space. Cool if I take an attack there from that. Like I'm just gonna. I'm gonna use a bonus action after.
Yep. It will. Oh, it crit on its opportunity attack. That is a bite attack on the opportunity attack. So you will take 10 plus 6, 16 points of damage, which will down you unless it's a crit. So you can't cutting words it enough to miss. So as you move away from the lesser Eder cap, it reaches out its mandibles and just gets a good chunk of your chest, and it will take you down. And you are.
See, I knew it. He'd be the first to go.
You did say that. So you will
I can use
be.
cutting words on the damage roll instead of the
Does cutting words work on damage rolls?
Yeah.
attack roll, ability check, or damage roll.
Okay.
Do you have a spell called Silvery Barbs?
He does not. Yeah, so you can do cutting words on the damage roll. That is potentially low enough enough to lower it. Roll me a d6 for max. So that was let's see, 10 and 6. It was 16 dropped to 10 damage, and then I need a Constitution save from you.
15.
15 is enough to save. You do not take half damage on a save. So you are still up. Good use of cutting
Okay.
words.
So is that all I get then? That's my bonus action is the cutting words, right?
So cutting words would have been your reaction. So you still have your
Okay.
bonus action.
Then I am going to use a healing word.
Roll me some health.
I'm going to use it at the second level if I can.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's going to be 4d4. That's
2
12.
ones. But it does get
If you can, sorry, go ahead.
Nope. You're good.
If you can go another space, please do.
He would have enough movement if you wanted to continue moving. Yeah. You've only moved 10 feet.
Which direction?
To the west.
I can grab on these webs. Can do that.
Thank you.
All right. Norzen. The Eder Queen still hangs above. Oh, you were paralyzed, right? You get to skip your turn.
Yes.
Or you were
because of
stunned.
this.
Sorry. Stunned.
That's okay. I am going to flame seed.
Uh,
From Nima.
can you? Oh, that's right. Yes. Nima can still attack.
One target that I can see. I'm gonna choose this really big one. That's I would hope hard to miss.
Yeah. You would hope. Yeah, that will hit.
Whatcha?
4, 8.
Fire!
Fire. So you are unstunned and still prone.
Pass turn.
Yes. The Ettercap will, seeing Norzen lying on the ground, just waiting for him. He's going to... Oh, Marcham. You guys are in the same space. I'm going to move you over one. Because Marcham and you aren't occupying the same space here.
Yeah, I think I might have did that. But
That's fine. It's okay. I think it's still going to attack Norzen. So these are Bite and Claw. Bum, bum, bum. That is a 17. Is it 17 hit? What is our
17 does hit. Yes.
Okay, and then the other one misses. This is the bite hits. For 7 piercing damage, and then I need a con save from you.
And took care of the damage and then con save.
You succeed.
Yay.
All right. That will be the end of its turn. The Eder Queen, still currently trapped in the illusion. She'll use her action to attempt to escape it. What's the DC on that?
Same as before, 15.
Doesn't matter. She failed. And then what's your damage on the illusion?
So it's technically on my turn, but it's my turn now, so it's a d6
Okay.
every round. It's fairly low damage. I think the advantages that come from the other effects of the phantasm and
Okay.
from occupying the creature's turn.
Yes. So still being trapped by this, she's going to kind of shout out, telepathically to the whole group and say, Hmm. I. We do not have to end with this with my death. I offer you exclusive access to my silk. If you leave here now,
The voices are getting scared.
I will not have to kill you all.
The when what do you mean your silk
I must assume.
specifically?
I must assume that's the reason you're here. The reason the last crew of infidels infiltrated my colony.
Yeah, but what I'm getting at is, do you make it or do you have it?
She will grunt heavily, and this blue tinged silk would extrude from her pores and kind of drip down a little, like hang a little down from her body.
All right. Well, it seems so. It looks like that if we kill her, the source is cut off. Um, and so she's not bloodied, is she?
No.
Okay. So how far up is she?
About, I think I was saying about 30, 35 feet, 30 feet, something like
Okay.
that.
So she's out of range of this next one no matter what. So I'm gonna move there. I'm going to cast Arms of Hadar. So the Ettercap, Norzin, I guess Nima. Um,
Nemo
and
would be flying.
okay, so the Ettercap, Norzin, and the Giant Spider all need to make a Strength save against DC 15 for half of 3d6 necrotic damage. Wow, that's a pretty bad damage roll, but since I'm hitting friendlies, I'm not too upset about it.
All right, this guy, they will both fail.
And then they cannot take reactions until their next turn, which is actually a really silly. It should be until my next turn, but and then I will use the remainder of my movement to. Actually, I'm pretty much in the best health of anybody, so I'm just gonna move up in front of Grondel, so that I can't get flanked, and then that'll be it for me.
All right. The spider will. It was going back to the ceiling. It's going to continue to do so, chittering at the Eder Queen, and it's going to disappear into the web above.
Question: is the web still on fire?
So the flames would have petered out. It burned a fairly large chunk, but the webs go for quite a distance into the ceiling. So you're not sure how high the ceiling actually is, but the webs go beyond where the fire had spread to.
Okay.
Because the flames kind of burn the web, and the web drips down, but the flames don't follow the web too far up. Pixie.
Pixie will make a short bow attack against the Ettercap. It's another hit. Or I think it's a hit. Okay,
Yep.
he actually
Yeah,
passes though. More's the pity. And then, of course, everybody pretty much. I got the point of the conversation earlier, so I guess I don't really need to pass anything on.
All right. Davros, the voice has offered a parlay, but you, of course, do not listen to the voice. As the
I'll tell her to get out of my head, or I'll start lighting her up, and then I'll step in front of this one and ready in a. Actually, you know what? I will step. 20. Is this one going to take an attack of opportunity at me?
It does not have a reaction
Okay.
because of the arms of Hadar.
Okay. And then I'll already Thorn Whip at it. If it starts attacking anybody, I'll just pull it to me.
Alrighty. Grundle. The Eder Queen has asked for you guys to leave in exchange for access to her silk.
Can I try and intimidate the Theater Queen into giving us a large amount of it in advance so that we can make our way out?
Yeah, you could try something like that. Intimidation. You have a +8 in intimidation. Yeah. Yeah. Describe that to me. How would you like to do that?
Well, despite my current cowering behind Marcham here, given my health position, I'm gonna kind of just, you know, point with my sword that's not letting me go, uh, and I'm gonna yell up at the Eder Queen. You've got really no bargaining point here, so if you want us to leave without the battle continuing to the death of somebody, and I kind of twirl the sword, insinuating that we're gonna kill her. We need an amount that'll satisfy a request given by someone else in the form of silk.
Yeah. Roll me. Oh, that's a 4, which is a 12, which is still not terrible.
Okay. Uh,
Not entirely terrible. All right. She responds in only your head. I do not stockpile the silk. It would take. You would need to wait come back to receive any large quantity of the silk. And my colony is virtually defenseless. The undead in the woods have wiped out virtually all my children. Everyone I had left, I pulled back to our colony here as the scouts attempt to find a new stomping ground for us.
guys, I'll be honest. We may be in a position, save Davros, may be in a position to offer to defend this colony from what's killing it off, other than us, in exchange for the silk that we need. I mean, especially if this is like the only place that's got it. We kill this off, where else are we going to be able to get any of it?
All right.
Right.
Norsen, your turn. And Grundle has expressed the idea that bartering with this creature may be bartering and even protecting this creature may be the better option at this point. But
Love the idea, but I feel like we should kill off all the little ones anyways. I will I'll hold my attack on the little Eder cap that's right next to me, depending on how the rest of this goes. If it like oh god.
Someone's taking a hostage.
I will hold my action if this tries to attack me or Marcham. I will attack it.
all right.
Otherwise, I'll wait to see how this plays out, and I just use my quarterstaff, I suppose.
Yeah, sounds good. The Ettercap will, the queen and the final Ettercap in the room communicate for a moment, like in their language, chittering back and forth, and you can see it kind of lower its claws, and it's it kind of hunches over a little bit more towards the ground. And it'll kind of saunter over just to get a little bit of distance from you, and it will look like it's being passive for the moment, at least. The Eder Queen will then speak in everyone's head except for Davros, because Davros has threatened to kill it if it speaks in its head again. In his head again. Yes, protection is what we need till we find our new place to grow our colony again. These woods are not safe for us. I grow old in age, and to establish a new colony, I must raise my new young, and the new queen to surpass me. She is still gonna attempt to break the illusion with her action, because it is, of course, and she fails, still holding her in place.
You can let that drop if you want.
I can't really. I can't change it after it's
It's a
passed. So
concentration, right?
Yeah, but I'm thinking out loud, because I was thinking, can I try to hold her in place without dealing damage? But no, so I'll just let it drop.
The morphed web around in her mind that was entombing her in her very own web, dissipates, and her web returns to normal in her eyes. She kind of a sigh of relief, and she kind of hisses in your heads. Thank you for the respite from the stone. What say you about my survival?
I mean, seems like we get what we want that way.
Excellent. She will with one of her legs kind of reach into the webbing above and pull out this large cocoon. It's like as big as Grondel is, this writhing, cocoon mass. My successor is here. This is what I protect. The undead were to kill my final my queen offspring, our legacy would be dispersed and no longer my bloodline would no longer continue. I will do as you ask and stockpile a large delivery of silk, as my children have dwindled in number. We are not in need of nearly as much until we have located a new home for us.
Question.
Answer?
Not that we would have anything or that it's like super important, but would there be anything we could give to the spider to speed along this process?
Oh. You could offer, but she would explain that the fungus that grows here is part of the nourishment that that encourages the silk production. So the ether caps you saw previously in the northeast were making sure that the fungus there was up to par, and they were going to bring her some that you interrupted. Same with the other caps that were here. They were just trying to feed
So
their
we kind of
queen.
hindered ourselves.
She still has a couple, some children, but fewer than she did have, and fewer still than she had in the past. All right. If you guys aren't going to actively try to harm her anymore, she will be fairly hospitable. She will even, if you guys would like, she will allow you guys to long rest here, and will prepare as much silk as she can in a single night for you guys to return with promises of producing a large quantity in the near future to then be picked up.
All right.
Sure
Would we
hope
be
we don't
pushing
come
it
back.
if we asked for a delivery?
She would not be inclined for delivery's sake, just because ether caps are typically, killed on sight. So, and she doesn't have very many soldiers to spare currently, as the couple she has left here are all busy keeping her her and the egg healthy, and the ones she has out scouting are could be weeks or months before they have found a good enough location for the colony to move to. All right.
I'll bet we come back. And the little one, the new queen, is eating the husk of the old one. I swear that's how this animal stuff goes. It's crazy.
Alrighty. So if you guys would have spent the night and then collected what silk she was able to create, you would have an uneventful assuming you took it slow, an uneventful trip back to Belize, where you would turn in the pile of silk you will have received, and that would be worth, I don't remember, we will say it's worth about 50 gold a pound. She'd probably give you something like 30 pounds. What would that be? 50 times 30, 1,500 gold total.
Nice.
Divide that by 5. You're at 300 gold each, roughly. You'd sell it to the tax or the textile guild, whichever one that is.
I'm forgetting its one.
Suede. Is that right?
Yeah, sounds right.
No, they're leatherworking. Fleece.
Right.
Yep, fleece. You would sell that to the fleece guild, who would then use it to make all sorts of sturdy garments and various things. Yeah. I did want to. One thing I kind of wanted to note was, so the voices you guys heard calling from the dark over there, from that hallway. They were two pixies that were trapped in some webbing, but their names were
ファン
Fangen
ト
and
ラップ
Torapu. I assume Ben recognizes Torapu.
Yep.
Uh,
Should have been called Wana.
Wava. What is Torapu in Japanese, Ben?
Wana.
What is that in Japanese?
Oh, it's just trap.
It is trap.
Yeah, it's waseigo.
Yep. So there were some pixies over there that were working with a
Actually, it's
different
not wasei.
a different variety of ettercap called a Fey Slayer ettercap. It would have been like a little mini boss of sorts.
Oh, God,
Oh.
secret was.
Yes, it was a secret mini boss. Alrighty. I appreciate all you guys playing my little guild quest thing. I do feel like the end was a little disappointing, but that's based off of my, I don't know, my recent slump in D&D setup stuff.
Yeah, we had fun.
It was awesome.
Yep.
I enjoyed it.
Thank you, Fabian.
I liked the peaceful ending. In fact,
Cool. All right. Well, thank you all for playing. We
Thank you for
will
running it.
adjourn, and until someday in the future when we gather together again.
Yep.
indeed.
Until next time.
Till
Have a
next
night.
time.
Have a good night.
Night, everybody.
Night.
Thanks again for running it.
Thank
All right. Thank you for watching / listening. If you made it this far, you will have heard my thanks. Otherwise, you won't, and that's on you. Have a good one. Goodbye.